So before every time India comes on the show, she sends like a list of things that are happening in the cosmos and where we can kind of guide the segment. Yes. Well, it's really good information for us to have. And you were talking about the lunar eclipse and how that could coincide with romance and fantasy and all these things. Please explain.
Yes, and that's happening on Sunday the 7th. But this lunar eclipse in Pisces, which is the energy of fantasy and romance and all these sort of ethereal energies, what we're doing though is bringing a more practical application to those. So what you want to make sure you're doing is in your daydreams, in your romantic daydreams, or even daydreams about what you want to do with work or anything like that, that you are doing something practical to support yourself in actually making those things happen. Because the Virgo energy is the opposite of Pisces, is the energy that's working with this eclipse.
Okay.
On the other end of it is going to be the solar eclipse on the 21st, which brings in those things that meet those new energies. So for example, if you have always been like, oh, I fall hard in relationships and I fall for who I want them to be, and then I get disappointed, you're going to want to hold yourself to a more practical standard, to where you say, all right, well, this person kind of has those energies, but what am I seeing practically? What actions and words and energy am I actually observing and not just dreaming up?
What if you have unrealistic expectations though, and that's just your mantra?
Yeah.
How do you work on that?
If you have unrealistic expectations, first you want to look at why. You know, what is it about my life and maybe my own wiring that sort of sets me up to have those? And then you want to look at, okay, where has that led me in the past? Those
good.
Unrealistic expectations have led me to maybe go down some paths that weren't so kind to myself in the end. And now what you're doing, you've kind of come full circle with this eclipse season to a point where now we get a chance to go around a path we've gone before. So some of the themes may look familiar, some of the relationship dynamics and energies may look familiar, but we now have an opportunity from a higher awareness to make different choices.
Okay.
And so now you're saying, all right, I do tend to have unrealistic expectations. Maybe I can release some of the expectations. Maybe I can say, what if I just experience this and observe it? How do I feel in the moment?
Okay.
Because expectations put us in the future, right?
Okay. We only have about 10 seconds left, but what's one thing that somebody can do right now to prepare themselves?
Be aware of what you're feeling. Be honest with yourself.
Okay. Be honest with yourself.
And try to be practical, but in a way that doesn't limit you. It's practical in the most successful, highest vibrational way. So.
Okay. India, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. Please find India on all social media. It's Leigh, Leigh. Thank you, India.